fight song collab. So we have teams that get together and they remix our fight song in their own way, and they had fun with it. It was by far the best fight song collab that we've had this year. It was pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Who was the winning team?
I don't know the name, but trying to think of the guys. Douglas was on the team, Sam, Kamari, Tommy Romano. There were a few others, but those were like the star singers in their areas.
What were your impressions of today?
It was a decent day. Like I told the guys, I didn't think it was our best day, not our worst day. It's just a decent day. First day up here, it is different, altitude. It is hot. I know people say it's hot in Phoenix. It's hot here because you're closer to the sun and you're on turf. So it's a little bit different. Be out here, 2 hours and change with walkthrough. That is taxing, but I thought the guys did a good job. Decent energy, not great.
How's Kanye come along? Can you sprinkle that?
He's so much more comfortable in the spread offense, spread pro style offense. What I mean by that is not under center, right? And not at 3.5 yards at times behind the quarterback, 4 yards. So he's done an unbelievable job just getting more comfortable, catches the ball in the backfield better.
Dave talked about the tight ends being competitive. What have you seen from Kamari and picking up the offense in his growth?
Yeah, but Kamari's super mature. He's a great kid. He's got a great personality. He's picking it up. He's getting more physical. He's not soft at all. He's a physical kid, but we practice physical, and he's picking up to that tempo. He had some really good blocks today out there. I know his pass catching ability is really, really premier for a tight end. So it's the other stuff that's going to separate him.
Kenny, when you were talking about winning close games earlier this year, you talked about being able to rely on your teammates around you. How much of that takes place on a week like this?
Huge. I mean, up here is where you really get to know things about your guys that you don't know, right? We have fire pits at night where you talk about yourself, what your why is. You kind of go in depth about what makes you you and what makes you tick, what have been your biggest obstacles in life, and you really get to know people at a deeper level. And I think that's what builds people together. That's what builds the comfort to be yourself. I see guys out here today, Ben Alfeo he's said about 4 words since he got here, and we're in that little deal the other day. Last night, he pops out and does a dance. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's what he is behind closed doors. That's Ben. He's just not comfortable yet. And that fires me up to see the personalities of these guys, and I know that eventually people will all be comfortable here to be themselves all the time. Turbo is a great example of that transition from uncomfortable to comfortable, and so it's really fun to see those guys transition into they can just be themselves. I think this is a big part of it.
And along those lines, how different is it this year compared to last? Just maybe guys unsure of themselves, unsure of the collective, but with so many returners that you guys have.
Yeah, I think it's different conversations, and maybe last year everybody was so new you didn't get as deep into your why. Maybe you were a little shy. I think every year that you're around the same people, you can dig a little bit deeper. People are a little bit more comfortable, which makes a bigger bond, right? A longer bond. So, yeah, I think it's a little different because guys know each other. But at the end of the day, last year's history, it's awesome that we did it. It's cool, but come on, it's over last year. This is this year. We have teams in our league that have unbelievable talent. Teams in our league that are loaded. And we have to take it one game at a time. And like we talked about last year, it's can we just get this one? Can we just get this game? Can we just get this day? Can we just get this moment? And then celebrate, cry, whatever it is at the end of that moment, and do it again. And the teams who do that the best win.
Kenny, with Kanye, his understanding of... Sorry, Michelle.
That's okay.
With his understanding of the playbook and learning the way you guys do things, does that come just because of a maturity of his previous school and everything that he experienced there?
Yeah, his previous program, we had a no-brainer about the type of coach that he was coming from. He was coming from one of the best coaches in college football. We had no doubt in the culture he was coming from, no doubt in the work ethic he was going to have, the demand that it was going to take to make it there. So those checked all the boxes. Scheme-wise, we're drastically different. So I would say it was more the scheme, and it wasn't even the learning of it. It was physically seeing the blocks happen at different depths, seeing the types of blocks happen, is a little bit different for him. So that was really the transition. But that program's had, and coach has done such a great job there that from a culture standpoint, a work and all that, I mean, it was status quo from coming in here.
Going back to close games, the fact that you won so many of those last year, how much does that bleed over into this year where you guys have been in all these situations and never flinched?
Yeah, I think it gives our guys confidence that it doesn't matter what the situation is, the game, that we can still win the football game. I mean, lost versus Texas, but we were right there at the end and we never quit. Texas State down 14, right, at a point, never quit, or in the, I think the third quarter or whenever that was, right, never quit. You know, Kansas, never quit. So, I mean, there were moments throughout the season that our guys just never quit, and I think that does carry over. In terms of winning those moments, it's the teams who prepare for the moments, the teams who prepare the best, and they don't have to over-try. When you're connected, when you can go look at the guy to your left and your right and know that they put in the work necessary to win this moment, it gives you confidence to go do your job. It's when you look to the guy to your left, you're like, golly, this dude, I don't know if he knows what he's got. I don't know if I trust him. That's when you try to do too much. Now you got two people doing too much, times by 11, right? Whatever that equals, it's a lot.
You mentioned all the players that are now experiencing this for the second, third time. That leads to deeper conversations. But does your approach change coming out here knowing that so many guys have experienced this?
No, I mean, the only thing that's changed is, you know, we do have to be protective over some of our guys in terms of reps, and we got to trust our guys. Hey, you're a guy who's earned the trust that if you don't feel good, like, hey, you shouldn't do that set, right? Whereas last year, everybody was kind of earning our trust. I think this year there's some guys that have earned our trust, and if they say they don't feel good, we've got to listen. And we've got to say, okay, you need to sit out these periods. So I'd say, where have we grown? It's more the trust factor with our guys. We know who we can trust, and we know who's not just trying to get out of the work. We know the guys that love the work, and when the guys that love the work say, hey, I need to throttle it down, we throttle them down.
Are you going to start early tomorrow too?
The plan is to start early. It just is this turf with the cleats and rubber. If it gets to 95, 96, 97, which is the projected, you know, temperatures, it's just too hot on the feet. I'm not worried really about the temperature in the air. It's the turf combination with all the rubber on rubber. Feet just start to get super, super, super hot.
And then you touched on guys finding their individual whys out here. What do you feel like the team's why is? What do you feel like the why is?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I wish I had like a why. I think everybody's got a different why. I think the question is, can you put your individual why aside to say, like, let's go do something special? Because at the end of the day, like, individual accolades come and go. Like, to have success in a silo is boring. Like, imagine if your entire life is you're the most successful person and you lived in a silo. Is that actually success? Well, who are you successful to? Nobody. The biggest thing about college football is team success breeds individual success. And I think our guys have bought into team success beats individual success. And what success is, just being the best we can be every day. And if we do that, then one day we're going to wake up and we're going to be celebrating. One day we're going to wake up and then there's going to be individual celebrations. And you're going to have somebody to celebrate with other than yourself. You're going to have a crew of teammates that are constantly calling you, texting you like Scat does, right, asking how you're doing. I think that is success, is when you become older, when you become my age, people still text you. Like, people, you still matter to people. Like, your relationships and what you did to people mattered. And I think that's what really I hope that our guys take away from this program is that people make everything. The people make your life, people make football, people make the place. If you pour into people, people will pour into you back, and you'll wake up one day and say, holy cow, you're the head coach at Arizona State.
What were you most impressed about with today's practice?
Most impressed about nothing. It was decent. I couldn't say there was one thing that I was like blown away with. So nothing. Like I said, it wasn't a great day. It wasn't a bad day. So I wasn't most impressed with anything.
What has Jeff Sims brought to the offense? Just his decision to come back and keep working with Sam.
It just shows his belief in the teaching that he's getting. Right. I think Coach Royal does a phenomenal job. I think this is a great place to play quarterback. You know, I'm an offensive-minded guy. I'm a quarterback guy. He's a quarterback guy. And to be able to hear two voices talk to you, and two voices that are, you know, on the same page, not two voices that are teaching you different things. I think he saw the benefit of that, and I think what that does to the program, I think it's proof of concept that you can come here and get better. And at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? If you're a player, you're a competitor, you want to be the best you can be when you leave. I think he's showing everybody that he thought this was the best place for him to leave college football, the best player.
You mentioned the running back room with you looking like a committee situation this year. Sometimes committee can breed competition. How do you feel like those guys have responded to that competition?
Yeah, they're all very close. But, I mean, I can be close with my brother and want to beat his butt, right? But he's still my brother. I think that's what good competition is. Bad competition, right, is you're not close with the people around you. I mean, I compete the hardest for the people I'm the closest to. My best friends, my family. Those are the people when I compete. Not somebody I'll never meet again. I compete the hardest for my closest people. I think that's the goal of the running back room. That's what they have right now, is they have a competition of really, really close friends.
That team photo.
He's tried 3 times.
Players almost quit race hard, and then the hard is supposed to be
Yeah.
seen that up here?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, I try to make this place a place that people look forward to, right? Less than a grind. You know, I'm all about the grind. I'm all about that. I think you come up here to build relationships, one. I think that's priority A, is relationships here. It could rain. We may never practice up here. And if that were to happen, we would still come up here because priority A is the relationships, team camaraderie. So I wouldn't say hard. I would say the challenges of these facilities are hard. It's a different hard. We have a 340-pounder sleeping on a single mattress on a 1 spring bed up top, falling down at night because he has to go to the bathroom and waking everybody up, stumbling over the person on the ground, and then they scream and 40 people wake up, right? Whether that happened or not, I don't know. I just made that story up, but it sounds real, right? And the real challenge is, I think it's that. I think the challenge is you're probably a little tired. It's not as easy. You're not comfortable, is what this place brings. You're not comfortable, but guess what? You're not comfortable, but they have more fun than they ever have back in Phoenix.
Have you had to talk someone off the ledge? I've been up here many years, and I've heard guys that tried to quit, hitchhike back home. Has that happened to you?
No, it hasn't. Like I said, I hope that never happens here. I think if that's happening here, I mean, I'm not saying never, it could happen. It could be extreme circumstances, but I think it's our job to inspire people to want to be here, inspire people to attack difficult, not run from difficult. And if our program is not inspiring people to attack difficult, attack challenges, attack change, I think we're failing. And guess what? We will fail. It's part of it. Every growth structure, you've never seen anybody grow like that. There's growth, there's failure. There's growth, there's failure. There's growth, there's failure. But at the end of this thing, 5, 7, 8 years, are we up here? And that's the real challenge, is through the failures, can you still end up higher than you were? And I think that's our job as coaches, is there's going to be struggles, but how do we get them to continue to grow?
Along those lines, you said the wedding photo of your son, this photo. Why this photo? Why does that photo?
It's so old school. Like, half these kids haven't been in the woods. Like, half of them haven't climbed a mountain. They're at a camp that I already said, I mean, probably should be condemned. That's a joke, obviously, right? Joke. But like, the facilities are haven't been really touched in a long time, right? Which is awesome, right, for what that is. And they end with all of the ASU fans, 2,000, 3,000 people, up in the mountains, something people have done their entire lives, potentially since they were a little kid, watching you guys sing the fight song and then take that photo. It's just special. Like, that's a special. It's special, it's unique, it's old school, it's family, it's everything right with college football.
And you're not even sentimental, really. Like,
no, I'm not a sentimental person. That's a sentimental photo. That's one that, like, I'll have them all hung up in my office or at home for sure. I'll eventually make a book of them all. Like, that's a special moment of a group of guys who are, family for life.
Can you explain what happened with Jacob's family and just all the guys coming over?
Oh, Jacob's dad's been through some stuff, so we just had our team break it down on him. Sorry.
thank you.
Time capsule thing, is that your idea?
Time capsule thing was my idea, yeah. So they get to read their time capsule. It's either tonight or tomorrow. So, perfect.